It's Green Bay when that back come. No rats, we stacking cheese. It's Green Bay when that back come.
We are joined by the great Green Bay Packer, Kenny Clark. What is up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. I've had you on my show before, but last time it was like on a phone, and I sucked. I wouldn't say I sucked, but I was kind of new in the whole podcast thing, so I think this one is going to be a lot better. I'm excited to have you on again.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to be on here. It's gonna be a good time, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. So, how is your off season going? How's the family? How is everything going?
It's going good. I'm out here in California. My daughter, she turns 1 next month on the 20th. And I just been working out, man. Just working out, trying to get ready for the next season and get prepared.
All right, so
My bad.
oh, you're good.
See everybody talking.
Yeah, it's all good. So what I'm trying to do, like with this, with the last few shows I had Adrian Amos on, your guy. I had Preston Smith on. I'm trying to let the fans get to know the player a little bit more, like how they came up, trying to like get to know them as people, because you're not just beasts on the field, just sacrificing your bodies for entertainment.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing football?
I started playing football when I was 7 years old. My dad, he first introduced me to football. I started playing like padded football when I was 7 years old. I had to play like junior pee wee, but I was kind of overweight, so I had to like run around. Like I couldn't play every game like damn near until like halftime. Until like after halftime, I played all the second half of games. I had to like chew gum, spit, run around the track, and like lose like an extra like 2 pounds in order to play every game.
Yeah, I think Preston was telling me that they had to lie about his age or something because you guys are just you just we're big from out the get go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So like growing up, who was your team growing up? Like were you a fan of the NFL?
Yeah, I was a huge fan of the NFL. I was a Baltimore Raven fan.
That seems to be a trend.
Yeah. I love the Ravens. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Haloti Nada, Terrell Suggs, all those guys. Like the defense was crazy. I didn't really know. Like I knew like growing up like Joe Flacco at the time, and like I forgot who the other quarterbacks were, but like Torrey Smith and those guys, but like Anquan Bolden. But I was mainly like over like defensive guy. I loved their defense, loved everything that they brought to the game, and Ray Lewis's leadership, Reed's playmaking ability, and Haloti Nada, he's a defensive tackle and plays my same position, so looked up to him and the stuff that he does. So that was my favorite team.
So that was another thing I was gonna ask, and it might have been one of those guys, but like, is there a guy that you watch film on now, like maybe during the off season, like you try to sharpen your game, like one of the greats, one of the legends at your position?
I mean, I think at this point in my career, like I watch a little bit of everybody. Like I watch the sack tape every week and see like what guys did the week before to get sacks and what's working. I watched. I watch a lot. I don't watch like any like specific players now. Like nowadays, like of course you got like the Aaron Donalds, Chris Jones, and all those guys, and like Cameron Hayward. You look at the best in the game, but nothing that I really want to like mimic. From those guys,
Yeah.
or just like watching them, seeing like their hands, seeing the certain positions that they get in, whether they flipping their hips, how are they getting to stuff, and how they setting stuff up, because at the end of the day, we all unique in some kind of way, and we all different players, you know what I'm saying? And like, I can't do what X, Y, and Z does, you know what I'm saying? And they can't do what I do. So it's like we it's not like for me to try to be somebody else. That's when I get away from being the best me I can be.
Yeah.
And so I just try to stick to what I do, and how I know how to do it. And then when I watch film, I watch how guys get to different spots, how they set stuff up to get to the quarterback at the end of the day.
So, like, growing up, are you playing the position that you always played? Like, have you ever played in any other position, like high school, college? I mean, in high school, like everyone kind of played a bunch of different positions, but like, what were you?
So when I was like in like junior pee wee and all that, I played a little bit of running back, played D line, O line, and then high school I played linebacker my freshman year. Right after my freshman year, I played linebacker, D line, O line, and then after my freshman year, I played all defensive line, offensive line. I played all of the offensive line, like every position at offensive line, and then when my brother got old enough and he was a sophomore, I was a junior. We got a chance to play with each other my last 2 years of high school, and he played center and I played guard. So that was cool to get a chance to do that. And then I played mostly just nose tackle in high school, and towards the end of my years in high school, and then I actually got like offers from Oregon, and I USC never offered me, but I felt like if I did go to USC, they wanted me to like be an offensive lineman. But Oregon, like at the time, Oregon had offered me to be like a center, and everybody else wanted me to be a defensive tackle. I think Wisconsin had offered me, but I don't remember. I think it was, I don't know. I don't remember if it was offensive line or defensive line. But yeah.
Do you think that you could have killed it out as offensive line, especially like,
Yeah.
if it was Wisconsin? Because Wisconsin, they don't offensive linemen.
Yeah, I for sure could have, like, just my build and like my leverage and all that stuff. I think I could have been a good offensive lineman, but defense is just my dream. Is my style of play. How I like to play the game, just being aggressive. I like to give the hits, not take them.
Yeah, yeah. So like, you mentioned playing running back in your younger days.
Yeah.
If there's a goal line situation, like the Packers got some good running backs, they got some guys back there that can do it. But like, if you were called upon, they're like, "Hey, we
Yeah.
want you to go up here and just bust some fools up and get a yard to get to the end zone." Could you do it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think. I mean, I think it'd be pretty hard not to get a yard. Like, I can get a yard. If
Yeah,
I
you.
get a yard, then I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I don't think anyone on the other side of that line is like interested in the situation. Kenny Clark busting down on him like that, but
Yeah,
uh,
that'd be crazy though.
dude, I think dude, I don't know. As a fan, I love to see like the guys playing out of position, especially running back. Just throw
Yeah,
some guys in there. There's some defensive tackles, some linebacker, everybody. Like back in the day, like with the Bears, not to shout out the Bears because they're a rival, but like the fridge, they just like put them back there and just let them bust through. Like, I mean, I was a kid back then, but
yeah. That I know that was cool though. I know that was cool to see that.
when now you're thinking this dude old as hell right now. You're like, this dude is old. He remembers. But I was asking some guys. I want to ask you, did you ever like give anyone a welcome to the league moment? Like just like a hit, like a young rookie running back, or any? I guess it would have to be running back or a quarterback. Where you just like boom, welcome. I mean, you know what I mean? Just give them a little something.
Welcome to the league moment.
Maybe that's like a fan thing because you know what I mean. We always see
Yeah,
like
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I played a couple like rookie like offensive linemen, and like I gave him hell that game, and I guess that
yeah,
can be like a welcome
yeah.
to the welcome to the league moment. As far as like a specific hit or something like that though, I don't think so. I can tell you mine though. I can tell you mine.
All right.
My welcome to the league moment. It was offensive line, defensive line, like me going to get somebody. But we played This is when Atlanta was on fire. This is when Atlanta had like the offensive line was great. They had Matt Ryan. They was going crazy. And we played. Yeah, I was playing Alex Mack for the first time, and I've never like ever like I felt like he was just like if it was a run play, like we would lock up and engage, and then I run to the ball. He was like always on my hip, like everywhere I went, he was like just right there next to me every single time. Like whether it was blocking me, this like just he was just always like next to me. It just felt like why are you like offensive linemen usually don't even run to the ball where the running back is getting tackled at. So it's like I'm running 10 yards down the field. I got Alex Mack on my hip, like pulling me down and just nagging me. And I've never in my life felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like out there just swimming. And I was rookie. I'm just young. I didn't know what I was doing out there. I'm like, man, like this dude is just like damn near whooping my ass right now. Like he's just all over me right now. But I probably say that was my welcome to the league moment. And I was telling myself like after that game, like that shit would never happen to me again.
Yeah, I think that's important in like all walks of life. Like when that type of thing happens, like you just it has to happen. It
Yeah,
happens to
everybody
me a
had those
lot in regular
moments.
life.
Those practices, like I didn't have practices like like when I was younger, and I'll put something on tape at practice, and I'll be like that, like what just happened right there, that will never happen again, like never in my career. Like it's a lot of moments like that internally as players that we have that or whether you put it on tape or something like that, that we had those moments where it's just like, nah, this situation, this play, or if I'm ever putting this shit like in this position again, like that will never happen again. Like, so it happens to all of us.
Yeah, I think you're like, hey, I hope you're recording because it ain't gonna happen again. You're gonna see it again.
Yeah.
So, so playing, you get defensive corner Barry. I asked Preston about this, like how he helped. Like obviously, like guys like Rashawn Gary are popping up. He's doing his thing. How has he helped you in like this defense as a whole? Because this defense seems to be like, in that last game, unfortunately, it wasn't a win, but like that defense ball though, they just added a guy today. I saw you mention on Twitter. You're excited about that, but like, what are your thoughts on this defense, like going forward, and how has he helped you out?
I just, man, I think we have a lot of pieces. Like I think we got like a lot of pieces that are still like young that are playing like really great football. And then the year when we added like Adrian and Preston and Z at the time, I think that was RG's rookie year too, and Savage. Like I think just that addition of those guys, like that just really just took us over the top and really showed us like the talent that we really had and what we can really be. You know what I'm saying? If we go out and just and understand what to do on defense, understand the effort and the level of play you got to play at to consistently be like a top defense. And then you add on this year when we added DC, and then Sewell towards the end of the year, and we were doing what we were doing without Ja was gone most of the year, and then Z was out most of the year, and RG stepped up and had an amazing year. Like it's like our defense is really talented. We got a lot of talented guys, and Joe B, man, he came in, loved his energy and like how much you could tell he just loves the game and loves just being around us. And the guys, and we all love him. Like, we all love him as a coach. We all want to play for him as a coach, and just put our best guys out there, put our best product out there every single time. And I just think this year just guys have just been came in. We came in shape, and and ready to play at a high level, and having that understanding that, for us to win a Super Bowl, or for us to have success, we know we got the best quarterback. We know, we're going to have a great offense. But since I've been here, too many times it was always like we relying on 12, or we relying on somebody else to make a play, or our offense to get us out of a jam. And like me personally, I don't depend on nobody to do anything for me. It's a team game at the end of the day, and you gotta and we all gotta play as a team, and we all gotta do stuff as a team to play great defense. But I don't look at 12 and be like man, I need you to throw 5 touchdowns today for us to win a game. Like I never do that. I never been raised like that. Never been never been brought up like that. I don't depend on nobody for nothing. So like I feel like too many times, back then it was like we kind of had not us as a defense, but it was that kind of feel. And like now it's just like we capable of these last like 2-3 years. We know we're talented. We know what it takes to play at a high level. And the more you can do that consistently, that's when teams start fearing you, and offenses start coming in there not knowing what to scheme, what to game plan, who to game plan against, and all that kind of stuff. And we can go out and shut guys down. And in that playoff game, you can see that. Like you can see, we can play at a high level consistently, and play at a high level for a long time. And with the talented guys that we got. So we got to ride that momentum. I know we lost that game, but it's a lot of good things that we had put on film that day, and ride that momentum into next year, and do it again.
Yeah. So like with guys like Zadarius is moving on. Like who he was obviously like, or it seemed to me as a fan, because I'm obvious because I'm not in the locker room. But like he was a big time leader. He's a big time voice. He seemed like it, a lot of energy. Who is the guy like on the field? I wouldn't say take over, because I know a lot of guys in the locker room are probably big time leaders. But like who's the guy that you'll depend on to kind of like be that type of guy?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like RG's been coming on as a more of a leader, and starting to talk more. But like, DC, he's been talking more. But other than that, it's like, we all kind of leaders in our own way,
Yeah.
Like I've been there for a minute. I lead in my own way. Adrian, he's been there. Preston, we all like, Ja, like Adrian and all this guys, like we all been there for a minute, and we all, leading our own way, and everybody understands like the standard. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we don't need like a rah-rah guy, or a guy that's like coming up and needing everybody to fire us up. The work that we put in is throughout the off season, throughout the week, and everybody understands that, and and as leaders of the football team, like we let that be known. That's when we put in that work in throughout the week. So like the time for like rah-rah speeches, or guys that just love to talk, and just to talk, just to say they're a leader, those times like on our team is gone. It's like we more like a team that we put in the work throughout the week. We know what's expected. We know what it takes to win. We're gonna talk. When we have our walkthroughs, at practice, we come up and talk, and leaders say whatever they got to say. But at the end of the day, we know what's expected, and we know the standard of football that we got to play at. Our coaches come up every single week in the beginning of the week, and they let us know what it's going to take for us to win the game. They give us our keys to win the game, and as leaders, myself, Adrian and RG and John and everybody, like we all preach that throughout the week. But I feel like none of us are really. I feel like RG is a guy that can talk and he's way more emotional than everybody else. But majority of everybody on our team now is like pretty chill, mellow guys that is going to let you know and let the team know and have them understand what the standard is. And if nobody's, if they're not living up to that standard, we'll let you know. But I think those times are like the rah-rah speeches and like getting everybody up. Because like nobody really get motivated off that stuff anyway. Like if you got motivated to go out and play on Sunday and to live you playing NFL football, then this job ain't for you.
Yeah, no. I totally understand that. Yeah, but so like on a more happy note, like a fun question. I was talking to Preston about someone gets an interception and the whole team runs down to celebrate to the end zone. Preston was saying these corners want to run 60, 80 yards to go celebrate in the end zone. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you have the same viewpoint as Preston? Like I did run to the closest end zone. Like why do they go? First of all, why do they do that? Why do they go to the furthest one?
I got a 30-yard threshold. That's what I call. I got a 30-yard threshold. So we get an interception, fumble, or whatever. I look. I'm like, okay, that's the closest end zone. I start making my way to that side of the end zone. If they start running towards the other end zone, I promise you, I'm walking to the sideline. Like it is it's no shade. I'm not going out there. I'm just tired. Like I'm not finna run 70 yards the other way, celebrate, and then got to jog back off the field because they have a time limit now on how long we celebrate. So like I'm not about to run all the way down there, celebrate, run all the way back, and then offense is about to score in the next 2-3 plays. We got to get back out there. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. Nah.
Yeah, dude, I'm totally with that. I mean, for me, like, look at me. I don't run if it's not necessary. If I run, someone's chasing me. All right, so let me just ask you a few more, and I'll get you out of this thing. First of all, I went bowling with Preston Smith. Like he talked about like how he got into bowling, kind of like was like a team thing. Like guys on a team were bowling. Do you bowl, and could you beat Preston Smith in bowling?
I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm a bowler, but I can bowl, and I don't think it's not a lot of things Preston can beat me at. So I for sure can beat Preston in I said Madden. I could beat Preston in Madden too, but I for sure can beat him in bowling for sure, 100%.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
You should ask Preston am I faster than him?
Oh, I'll definitely do that.
Ask him.
This is the stuff I'm looking for.
Hey, I'm gonna put you on a secret. So me and Preston were supposed to race, but I don't know. You gotta ask him about it. What happened? What happened? Why he didn't want to race me?
All right, dude. I like this. We can get it. Eventually, you both on. We can settle this right over here. When you guys come to Green Bay, you guys can race, and I can document it. I'm free of charge. I mean, I'm just trying to help you guys out. But so let me ask you this. One last question that try to get the fans get to know Kenny Clark just a little bit better. Well, no, before I get to that, I want to ask you about Jaren Reed. I saw that the Packers just picked him up. I hope I said his name right because I'm horrible with names. But you seemed excited about it on Twitter. What does that mean for the defense?
I mean, it's just another really good addition, to our room. Love what Dean and TJ and Tyler, Jack bring to our room, and then you bring Jaren in. That's just another guy that loves ball. He's physical. You know, he can play the run, and he's a really good pass rusher. I think a couple years ago he had like 10 sacks when he was in Seattle. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I remember he had like 10 sacks. He should have made the Pro Bowl that year. If he didn't, but just another player that when you watch film, you could tell he understands, you know, the technique. He understands the scheme. You know, and it's a guy that I'm excited to play with. You know, it's been a while. Like it's just seeing him, just knowing like the type of player he is, and you know what he can bring to the game. You know, I'm excited for him to see what he can do for us. You know, to add on to what me and Dean can do and what me and TJ can do and all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be a really good addition to our room. He's gonna make all of us better.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I don't know, like I was watching highlights of him a little bit on YouTube a couple hours ago before I was getting ready for this thing, and I'm excited about this defense. Like I love this defense. I love so many guys. I think, dude, I think this defense is secondary with Jair coming back and like getting at the quarterback, dude. I think the quarterback's gonna be hurting this season or next
Oh yeah.
season, dude. I think we're ready. So real quick before I let you out of here, one last question to kind of get the people to know who Kenny Clark is. What kind of movies do you watch? Like, do you have a favorite movie? Like, I'm like a kind of a mafia guy. Like, I like Godfather and all those type of movies that every guy my age likes. But what kind of
Uh,
movies are you into?
I'm a like a thriller. I love like thrillers, like the mystery kind of movies, like those movies that's like somebody died in the beginning and you'll think it's this person, but it was like the closest person to them kind of movies.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I like those kind of movies. My favorite movie, I like Training Day I got like Training Day, one of my all time favorites. With Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Deja Vu by Denzel Washington was a good movie too. So I have to check.
Denzel Washington, dude. I don't think he ever made a movie that wasn't great.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
That's
but
what's up.
like those like mystery movies, like when you don't know who did it, like the thriller thing. My wife always figures it out right away, and she tells me, and then I'm like,
Really?
and then I know, and I never believe her, and then at the end, she's just looking at me like, "Told you."
Man, I love those movies.
It could be a
You gotta watch
detective.
the movie. It's called Not Us. Um, Damn, what's the movie called? Old. Have you seen Old?
No, I don't. I don't think I have. No, I haven't seen it.
It's it's an amazing movie though. Like these people are like on a mountain, or they on this like resort or something like that, and every like hour they keep going up like an age or something like that. So
I think I lost you. Like your audio, I can't hear you now. Oh yeah, there you are. I
can
couldn't
you
hear
hear me?
you for a second. Yeah, I
Oh
couldn't hear you for a second.
yeah. So these people are stuck on like an island or something, and they just keep getting older. Like they don't understand why. Like every hour they gain like 5 years of their age or something like that. And when you find out like why at the end, like why they're getting older, like it's crazy. Like
Dude, that actually sounds really cool. I like all that, like science fiction or whatever they call it, type of
yeah,
stuff.
it's like I like the suspenseful
Yeah,
thriller, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I like some thriller. I don't like too thriller because I'm kind of I'm like a toddler. I gotta sleep at night. I get I watched the Blair Witch Project. I couldn't sleep like a year. I'm up there.
Oh
Wasn't
yeah.
even scary. I was whenever like there was a sound in my house. My wife was like, "It's a Blair Witch." I'm like, "Shut up,"
Yeah.
because
I
I'm the
remember
one
when like
that's
the
got
paranormals and all that stuff was coming out.
yeah. That's
Those movies, I was terrified, but like loved to watch them though. I don't know what it was. but just love to watch those movies. But those movies was terrifying.
Yeah, because whenever my wife got scared, she'd tell me to go check it out. I don't play with that. Like, I get creeped out by like, that supernatural stuff. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
The dogs
I
can't
feel
even
you.
help you. You know what I mean? Someone
Yeah.
mess around in the backyard, you can get the dogs out. Be like, hey, go get them. But if it's something like that, the dogs are like, no, I'm out too. Like,
Yeah,
we
they
go
don't-
hide together.
yeah. I feel you.
All right. So big shout out to Kenny Clark. I really appreciate you coming on yet again. This time I hope it was more fun this time. All right. I feel like I'm getting a little better.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
All right. So next year I need you to go out there, bust up some quarterbacks, bust up some running backs, do your thing. And I appreciate you stopping on. And I'm gonna post that clip that you're trashing out Preston a little bit on Instagram.
All right, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, ask him, just tag him in there and say you was supposed to raise Kenny. He'll let you know.
I'll do that. Hey, I appreciate your time, my man, and enjoy your night. I hope the rest of your off season is good and all the things, and all the good to you and your family.
All right, appreciate that, man.
All right, have a good night, my man.
Yeah, you too.
All right, big shout out to Kenny Clark jumping on the Matt Ramage show. All right, we got a lot of cool guests. All right, we had Adrian Amos. If you haven't watched it, listen to it. Go check it out. We had Preston Smith on. My God, my boy. You haven't watched that, you haven't listened to it, go check it out. Now we got the Kenny Clark over here, and I might have a really awesome super duper, one of the greatest athletes of all time coming on the podcast. I don't want to say the name quite yet because I want to make sure it's locked in, but he did say he would do it. And if it happens, people, if it happens, it might be the greatest podcast of all time. Although that one with Preston was really fun. One with HaHa was really fun. Like, I have fun doing this thing, man. I work at a cheese factory. You know what I mean? I'm having a blast doing this. It's starting to get a little comfortable, starting to get a little bit better, I feel like. I hope people feel like the same thing is happening. This Saturday, I will be at River City Diner in O'Connell, Wisconsin. We're going to do a live show benefiting a veterans group. We got a raffle going on. If you go to mattramageshow.com, you can buy a raffle, $25 for one ticket, one number, or $50 for three numbers. And you could win a Devontae Adams autograph helmet. You could win a bunch of other stuff that they got. It's all on my website, the mattramageshow.com. It's all benefiting the veterans group. I have nothing to do with it. Just put it on my website. I gain nothing from it. But we're going to do some good things for some good people. You know what I mean? And thank you all for tuning in. Big shout out to Quick Trip, sponsoring the podcast. We're having a good time, people. Having a good time. Big shout out to Kenny Clark stopping by the Matt Ramage Show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And if you're watching, be sure, if you want to listen in the car, check out the Matt Ramage Show on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on all the places like that you listen to podcasts. If you're listening to podcasts, be sure to check me out on Facebook. If you're on the Facebook, be sure to subscribe on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, all the things, Instagram, but Facebook, YouTube, and all the Spotify places, all the podcast places is where you can listen to the whole shows. And also on all the other little gadgety little social media platforms. We have a good time over there too, people. All right, we're out this thing. Go Pack, go, people. Much love.